a quiet neighborhood near Abo Market, where poverty walked freely and hope struggled to survive. Two girls were raised not by blood, but by bond. Mara and Mabel. They called themselves sisters, not because they shared the same womb, but because life had tied them together in ways even blood could not. Their mothers, Mama Mara and Mama Mabel, were also bound by hardship. One a widow, the other a struggling trader married to a man whose salary could barely feed a week. Yet every evening they would sit outside and say, "Our daughters will change our story." From primary school to university, Mara and Mabel were always together. Same path, same dreams, same hunger for a better life. University life exposed them to a harsh truth. Dreams needed money, and money was nowhere to be found. Until they met three girls, Tina, Blessing, and Sharon. Beautiful, bold, dangerous. They introduced them to a new lifestyle. "You don't have to suffer," Tina said. "There are men who will pay for your presence." At first, they resisted, but slowly, they gave in. They became known as the Happening Five. Every weekend, clubs, parties, hotels, expensive wigs, designer clothes, fake smiles, real money. They sent money home. Their mothers rejoiced. "God has answered us," Mama Mabel would shout. Only Pa Mabel questioned it, but no one listened. One night, fate knocked. A wealthy man invited Mara and Mabel. His name, Chief Durojaye Balogan. Powerful, rich, feared. Inside his mansion, luxury spoke louder than words, but something felt wrong. While roaming, Mara found a room. Inside, a bag filled with money. She called
Wow.
Mabel. Greed spoke
This
louder
is
than
money.
conscience. That night, they killed him and took everything. With that blood money, Mara built Mara Glow Palace. Mabel built Mabel Lux Cosmetics. Success came fast. Respect followed. But peace never did. At night, strange dreams, footsteps, cold whispers, but they ignored it because wealth had blinded them. Then came Adrian Cole, handsome, calm, wealthy. He loved Mara deeply, or so it seemed. They got married. The wedding was beautiful, but strange. Some guests had no clear faces. Voices echoed unnaturally. Mara noticed, but she ignored it, because she was blinded by comfort and money. Mabel remained single, lonely, watching her sister live their shared dream alone. One visit changed everything. Adrian and Mabel crossed a line. One mistake became many. Soon, she became pregnant. Mara questioned her. "Who is the father?" "He traveled," Mabel replied. Then suddenly, Adrian disappeared. No trace, no explanation. Mara was shattered. Mabel cried too, but hers was a hidden pain. Mara went to Adrian's village. There, his aged mother spoke words that broke reality. "My son died many years ago." Mara froze. Her world collapsed. Mara ran to her mother in tears. "Mama, the man I married has been dead for years." Fear filled the house. At the same time, Mabel went to her own mother. This time she told the full truth. Not just the past, but the present. "Mama, the man who got me pregnant is Mara's husband." Her mother gasped in horror. "You have destroyed your own sister." Filled with guilt, Mabel and her mother went to meet Mara and Mama Mara. Mabel fell to the ground, crying, "Forgive me. I have wronged you. I didn't know how far it would go." The room was heavy with pain. Years of friendship, years of shared struggle, all hanging by a thread. Mama Mara spoke softly. "If we break now, everything is lost." Through tears, Mara forgave her, not because
my
it was easy,
sister,
but because their history was
forgive
too deep to
you.
erase. They went to a powerful seer, Mama Ejiro. She listened quietly, then cast her cowries. Her voice turned cold. You are being hunted by a man you killed. Silence. Fear. Chief Durojaye Balogun, Mabel screamed. Mara trembled. Before his death, he had no wife, no child. So he returned to claim what life denied him. He became the husband. That wedding you celebrated, she paused. Those were not humans. They were spirits. Mara remembered the strange faces, the cold air, the unnatural laughter. You noticed, but you ignored it because of money, the seer said. Mara broke down completely. What about the children? Mabel cried. Mama Ejiro spoke. The children will live as normal human beings. Relief filled the room, but it didn't last. But listen carefully. You both must take care of these children with your lives, and you must never marry again. Silence. If either of you tries to marry, you will die. Their hearts dropped. You must not even have any affair with any man. That is your punishment for taking a life and stealing destiny. Tears flowed endlessly. Their freedom was gone. After leaving the seer's shrine, the world around Mara and Mabel no longer felt the same. The air seemed heavier. The road they walked on felt unfamiliar, as if the ground itself knew the truth they were trying to escape. Neither of them spoke. There was nothing left to say. The truth had already been spoken for them. The man they thought they knew, the man Mara called her husband, the father of their children, was no longer among the living long before he entered their lives, and the man they had killed, Chief Durojaye Balogun, had returned, not just for revenge, but to complete what life had denied him. That night, sleep became their enemy. Mara sat beside her children as they slept peacefully, their innocent faces glowing under the dim light. She stared at them for a long time, her heart torn between love and fear. They looked normal. They breathed like normal children. They smiled in their sleep. Yet deep inside her, a question refused to go away, a question no mother should ever have to ask herself. She reached out slowly and touched one of them, as if to confirm they were real, truly hers. Tears rolled down her face quietly, because for the first time in her life, she did not know what was real anymore. In another house, Mabel held her baby tightly against her chest. The same child she once saw as a blessing now felt like a reminder of everything she had done wrong. Her heart was heavy with guilt, not just for the crime they committed years ago, but for betraying the one person who had stood by her all her life, the one she called sister. She had wanted the same happiness, the same love, the same life, but in trying to take it, she destroyed it, and now there was no turning back. Outside, under the quiet night sky, their mothers sat together, two women who had once celebrated what they believed was answered prayer. Now they understood the truth. Not every blessing comes from God, and not every open door leads to a good place. They had prayed for a better life, but they never asked what price would be paid for it. Now their daughters were carrying that burden, and there was nothing they could do to take it away. Days later, the weight of everything became too much. They returned to the seer, hoping, even if it was just a little, that something could change. But the truth remained the same. There was no escape, only consequences. The children would live. They would grow like every other child. They would laugh, play, and go to school. But their existence would always be tied to something beyond this world. And for Mara and Mabel, life would never be the same again. They were to live for their children, and only their children, No marriage, no love, no second chance, no companionship, just a lifetime of responsibility and silent punishment. Accepting that reality was harder than anything they had ever faced. The same life they once chased with desperation was now completely out of reach. Mara looked at Mabel, and in that moment they both understood something without saying a word. Their journey had started together, and now they were bound to finish it together, not as the carefree girls they once were, but as women shaped by their choices. Time passed, slowly, quietly. The noise of parties and laughter faded into memory. The expensive lifestyle disappeared. What remained was a simple life, a careful life, a life filled with caution, reflection, and responsibility. They focused on raising their children, giving them the kind of life they once dreamed of having, teaching them values they themselves had ignored. Sometimes when the children laughed, it brought them joy, and sometimes it reminded them of the cost of that joy. They wanted a better life, but they chose the wrong path. And in the end, they gained wealth, lost freedom, and paid with their future. Wealth gained through blood will always demand repayment. Ignoring warning signs can lead to irreversible consequences. Betrayal destroys faster than enemies ever could. True forgiveness is powerful, but it does not erase consequences. And most importantly, some mistakes change your life forever, no matter how sorry you are. Thanks for watching to the end. Don't forget to subscribe, thank you, and bye for now.